There we go. Might help if my mic was actually turned on. Welcome in, everybody. Hope everybody had a good week. It's Wednesday. It's a viewer suggestion. We're going to try to do some drawings before the boy wakes up. Let's see what else we got going on here. Skip Cat is now up and around, looking for treats. It's a little early. We're starting a little early today, just because the boy took a nap, so we'll see how long that lasts. I'm off to a rough start today with my drawings. I'm not sure why. I think coding inherently just like breaks your brain a little bit. Goblin toes. Rugby's mouth makes such a big difference on his character. I mean, I guess that's true for everybody, but Jordan, welcome in. How are you today? I think that's good. That's a good rugby mouth. All right. I think I'm good. I think I'm warmed up. I think I'm ready to go. Put rugby over here in the corner. Tired and mentally exhausted. I can't complain. My overall situation is stable, so life is good. That's fair. That's, yeah, I feel that. It's definitely been a long week. It's only Wednesday, but... Oops, did I get rid of the list? I did. Hold on. I closed the list. Let's open that back up. Alright, let's roll some dice. What do we got today? 5. Battle Bard, human male wearing a beret, tactical vest, parachute pants, carrying a pistol, and a saber. Plays the ukulele. Sounds like human Scanlan. I like it. Got some parachute pants going on. Oh, is it your suggestion? The dice gods are weird like that sometimes. The dice gods are very giving, I suppose. I don't know what a beret looks like. Like that? Is that right? See if we can get some ukulele action in here. Bum, 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 bum. It's the general shape of a beret. He got it. All right, cool. Probably got a little high and tight haircut here. Is this for like a modern campaign? What campaign? A modern campaign? Or is this just 5e? Just straight up 5e? Like, the tactical vest thing's throwing me off. Should it be a tactical vest with, like, healing potions on it? Or a tactical vest that can, like, hold ammo? Says he's got a pistol. That elbow doesn't work. That elbow don't make no sense. Froggy went according and he did right on. Froggy went according and he did right on. I think I made this guy a little too gnomey. We're gonna give him a little more. A little more parachute pants. Maybe some big old combat boots. He's a little too leaned back, so we're gonna give him a little more meat on the tactical vest here. Give him a little more hip, a little more belt. I need to look up parachute pants, just for reference. They do, they go all the way to the foot. Okay. Maybe a little bit of a high ankle, but... Let me change this up a little bit. So he's basically standing like this. Yep. So we're going to have it drape here and then go down. Most birds don't seem to have any conventional weapons, I think. Only in a fairly realistic... I'm a sucker for guns and blades. Gotcha, okay. There's a... I don't know how real it is or not, but there's a... There used to be a meme of like a battle part of people in a gunfight. And the guy's just like playing his guitar. But he's wearing like a bulletproof vest and stuff. It's just funny. I mean, dangerous and scary, but like, the meme is good. Maybe he'd have his pistol more like across his waist. Something like that. Is it a flintlock pistol or like a revolver? That's the question. That's the question we gotta answer. I'm gonna make a flintlock because I think that'd be cool. Hello, Skip Cat. Saber is hidden behind. I'm kind of wondering. It should be on his left, though. Not if it's behind, so we're going to put it behind his back. I guess saber is not a cutlass. A saber is like a cavalry sword, right? It should be a lot thinner. Hello, Skip Cat. What's up? Scooches? Scooch, scooch, scooch. You know the rules. No sitting on the keyboard. I want to give him like big clompy boots, but I'm hesitant. Hesitant to draw clompy boots. I need to do a study, like a clothes study on different things that, like military boots and old leather boots. I haven't done it in a while.
hello.
Ukuleles are fun. I really like the ukulele. I don't remember how to play it, but Skip Cat, this is ridiculous. He only ever interrupts me when I'm drawing. I don't know if it's because he knows that I'll pet him if he interrupts me, but maybe I'm just always working. No, you don't walk in front of the screen, Cat. That to me means you're just trying to be in the way.
What? Cats being in the way? Never. They would never do that.
Put some straps on here. Yeah, I don't think we need it. I think we just leave it as the vest. Get like a pouch. I have most of the code done for my tower defense game, which is awesome. Which means I get to start playing with the UI and actually making like the game function, which is going to be fun. And then I get to start adding art elements, which is going to be awesome. You have a cat? Do they get along with your child? They do-ish. So we just lost Pixel last week, which was very sad. But he really, really liked the boy, and so he would always be hanging out with him, and that was very cute. And now our other cat, who is still around, is quite a bit older, and he likes the boy, and now that the other cat's gone, he's been hanging out with the boy more, but the boy wants to grab his tail nonstop, and so they don't get along as well as the other cat did. But I think he's trying to pick up the pieces, you know. So yeah, they get along okay. The boy still needs to learn not to grab, not to just like grab and that stuff. Corvus, welcome in.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello?
I see you talking, but I can't hear you. I don't know if that's on my end or not. Let me see what's going on here. My settings were all screwed up this morning, so let me see if... Because Discord is like pinging.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead and talk a little bit. Let me see if you're coming through the...
Hello, can anyone hear me?
I see you
Please
coming
tell me.
through OBS, so I think it might be on my end. Let me check. I just updated Windows and that broke everything.
Okay.
How about now?
Hello?
There we go. Yeah. It reset all of my defaults.
They could hear me on YouTube, but not...
Yeah, it was Discord.
You didn't hear me over Discord.
Discord output got all weird. It's resolved.
That's good.
Alright.
But I thought I was being ignored, and it made me feel very bad.
I'm sorry.
It's like, jeez.
No, I just didn't. Couldn't hear you. Couldn't hear you. How you doing?
I'm doing alright. It's cold. Really cold.
Yeah, it hit 33 this morning, which is not normal.
I wish that's
Right.
what it was right now. It was -2 this morning.
Yeah.
Fahrenheit for people who are Celsius only. Sorry.
Yeah. So that would be, what, like 2 Celsius? 10 Celsius? It might be 10 Celsius. Not hot. Very cold. Yeah, it doesn't usually get that cold here. And like I went outside with just like jacket on and I was like, yeah, that's fine. And then I got in the car and I checked the temperature and I was like, oh, that's Idaho temperature. That's not good.
Um, -2 is -18 in Celsius.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. I went the wrong direction. I did my math bad.
Yep.
I went -30. I'm like, 0 degrees Celsius is -30. It's like, that's not true. That's
Yeah.
bad. That was bad
Apparently,
math.
the formula is the Fahrenheit number divide or subtract by 32, then times by 5 knots. It's a 5/9.
Yeah, because you have
What
to
you
reset
get.
your value to 0, and then it's a percentage of 212. I did it again. -32. That's not right. Freezing point is 32. So it's 32 to 12. 212 goes from 0 to 100. And so you can kind of. I did this. I went all the way to -32. Which is what you're saying is -18 Celsius.
Yeah.
So that means 60 is like 20. And then 20 to 100 over here. We'll put 100 at about like right there. This is how I did a lot of math in college. instead of using the equation, I would just start drawing pictures.
To the chagrin of all the math professors.
Mm-hmm. It works for a lot of things. If you have a boat that's traveling this direction and there's a... bum, bum, bum. So 100's like 58? 58 degrees? Is that right?
That sounds about right.
It'd be 72 times 5/9. So it'd be 72 times 5, which is 150. That's not right. That's not right at all. That doesn't make any sense.
Jordan, me and Rook both think, quote unquote, telekinesis and magic is like kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
So
Do there can be a difference between magic and telekinesis? Yeah, yeah. Why can't I do math right now? Is it 1400? And 50?
wait, where are you looking for?
72 times 5.
72 times.
That's not right either. Oh, I see what I'm doing. My brain is all kinds of garbled. It'd be 360.
Yep.
There we go. I was like 7 times 2 times 5. And I'm like, no, that's not how math works. God damn it. All right. 72 times
Mechanically,
5.
I should
360
say.
divided by 9. How many times can 36 go into 9? 4 times 40. So it's 40 degrees? Celsius?
Divided by 9. Yep, 40.
All right. Math works. Neat.
But yeah,
Anyways.
like mechanically, we don't see the difference between
Yeah.
it.
So here's my argument, and I will make it for you. You have magic. You have telekinesis, which are both moving a rock
Yep.
at its basic. Like, whoops! I just turned on Druid's old picture.
But I will say, telekinesis is a just straight magic spell in 5th edition.
Yeah,
As well as
I'll
in,
get to that, right? Like, so magic and telekinesis, your output from either of those things is just you want to move a rock, right? Now the question becomes, what does that cost you? It's like, what's the cost of doing that? So if it's a small rock, nothing, right? You can do that all day, no problem.
Mage hand.
people are like, oh, that's what telekinesis should be about. Yeah, magic, it's telekinesis, right? Like, it's our mage hand. So, cantrips. You want to use telekinesis to, like, launch a fireball. Fire. What's the cost? A level 3 spell slot. So, by that logic, telekinesis should require spell slots, and it's exactly the same as magic. I think a lot of people want telekinesis instead of magic because they think it's free, but it's just it's really just based on the world you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And so at the end of the day, like using lots of telekinesis, even in anime and stuff, like drains the people. You just don't know their spell slot system or their magic MP system, right? I think magic as contemplated rituals and herbal brews designed to move and harness spiritual energy, but telekinesis is something more genetic that you're born with. So all telekinetic people are sorcerers, is what you're saying.
And in Pathfinder, the psychic class is still spellcaster. They still have spell slots and everything. They don't.
Yep.
They in fact just say it's just a different type of magic. Just comes from a different source than like
and so,
arcane or divine.
The thing that people are like, I think, really caught up on is just trying to fit a different kind of word into a different magic system, right?
Yep.
So like the Matrix, right? Neo has some weird genetic thing that allows him to blah blah. He knows magic, like he unlocks his magic potential and becomes Harry Potter, and the universe he's in. So it really is just magic systems in 5e and Pathfinder are set up in a way that they are gamified, and if you want to introduce telekinesis into that game world, it has to follow the same rules because it is a game. If you're writing a book, sure, like do whatever the hell you want, right? Magic is something that only has ritual components to it. It's something you can learn, right? You can't learn telekinesis. That's cool. That's totally fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And you can make that argument for 5e too, but to put telekinesis into 5e, it has to follow the rules of the world. Or you just have to rebalance it a different way, and that's just more complicated and kind of unnecessary. It'd be like if you were playing Halo and you're like, I want to put Kratos from God of War in this game. It's like, but he doesn't use guns. It's like that's the difference. It's like you gotta figure out how to balance it, and games need balancing, otherwise they get really weird and aren't a lot of fun to play.
And like D&D, not just 5e, but like since D&D has been trying to make a system for psychic casters that is, because they've always wanted it to be slightly different from being a wizard, but it's never worked out. Hence why it's never been popular. And yet the fans are like, "Oh, we want this." I was like, "But you're never happy on how it turns out ever."
Sure.
So it's just make a psychic themed wizard or warlock or something and just say, I'm using psychic powers, and be done.
Telepaths are mutants of sorts, and magic is something everyone can do. So what you're saying is that telepaths basically are wizards that have access to a unique spell list that no one else has access to. But then we go back to the mage hand thing, right? Like, what are you trying to do with it? You get the mage hand cantrip as a bonus feature for your character, and then you have your spell list. Like, it's exactly the same. You would build a character exactly the same. You're just changing words. That's all you'd have to do, and you can absolutely do it. 100% works. Fireball becomes pyrokinesis or mind blast, or like all the force magic is essentially telepathy. And so if you really want that to work in your world, and you just don't want to like have to do much, just take that away from other people. Right? Like wizards get magic missile, and everyone else gets your thunderwave and shockwave and whatever else. Like, that's just telepathy. Catapult is telepathy. Like, you can no longer do that kind of stuff as a wizard, right? Like, and I think that's inherently the problem, is that people are like, I want something totally unique, but really what you're asking for is to remove components from other players. Because all those things are in the game. They're already in the game already.
And kind of pivoting a bit in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, like the unique aspect of like the Kinesis is they don't have spells, and yet they're using functionally magic. But because they're neither categorized as spells or attacks, or like they don't fit in the framework of the game, and so many in-game feats and features cannot work with the kinetic blasts of like the different elements because it's just like it's neither an attack nor a spell.
It's kind of the same thing that I ran into. I think the kinesis is the thing I'm thinking of. Like trying to build the avatar, like the last
Yeah,
Airbender stuff, right? It's like, is the avatar more important that it's just an element, so you only use rock? In which case, revamp a whole bunch of the spells so that they're just rock based, or is it more important that they're a monk and don't have spell slots? And in which case, how are you balancing out the amount of damage they're doing with no consequences?
yeah,
And that's I think where it starts getting a little weird. And I think second edition did an okay job with it. It's just
yeah. Like
it's a
the
little strange.
Kinesis is a great class. It's by no means overpowered or weak. It's just it's kind of off in its own little bubble,
Sure. It's
and
more
that's like
natural and worldly than magic. I mean, I would argue that the Fae are the most natural type of magic, and that's just like growing things and talking with animals and understanding the world. Oh, I got a kid. Hold on, 1 second.
and again we're really just kind of speaking from a purely mechanical sense. Flavor wise, it could be anything you wish.
For me, the distinction is clear, but I get how the line can be blurred in most instances. Yeah, I don't see why there's a distinction. Like, I really don't understand why there's a distinction. Like, it seems semantic to me. The distinction seems semantic. Okay, what are we rolling? I rolled a 1. A creepy female Cyclops shaman staring at the viewer. Okay. Freaky, huh? Freaky. I'm kind of Cyclops. I think Cyclops have horns, right? Maybe
No,
not.
I don't know, depends on the Cyclops. I just know mainly have having one eye. Or 3 eyes, sometimes.
3-eyed Cyclops? They just have to go.
Well, there was never a definitive, like, number of eyes until, like, kind of late in the mythology. So it's like, sometimes it was, like, 3 eyes, sometimes it was 1 eye.
I mean, Odysseus blinded a 1-eyed one, right?
Yeah, and that's pretty late in the mythology.
Okay. You okay? You trying to squish this orange? Hold on. You want these? Here you go. How's that? You don't want to eat it? You just want to squish it? Okay. That's what you want to do with it. It's your orange, kid. The Jurassic Show, welcome in. Last time I checked, the D&D ones don't have eyes. All right.
Well, they have 1 eye.
Oh, sorry. I said eyes. It was horns. They don't have horns. And
Yeah.
I
I know, like,
just
some movie Cyclops have, like, a single, like, rhino-looking horn.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of, like, Oni Cyclopses.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm thinking of.
There's the one-eyed Oni boss type in Neo.
Yeah. Thanks for making your views clear. I appreciate your comments. Yeah, no problem. I thematically get the allure, but I've not heard a good argument for, like, for the need for it to be different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, like, mechanically, the psychic stuff is just you are casting spells.
Right.
It's just
I think
where it comes from is, I guess, the difference.
Yeah. Another good example is, like, Pathfinder, original Pathfinder. Guns were very powerful because they built a mechanic so that guns would feel different than bows. And now without that mechanic, guns are bows.
Yep.
It's
Well,
just
specifically crossbows.
They're essentially crossbows. And that's fine. Like, but that's the. It feels like it's the same argument to me, right? It's like you can't say that telekinesis isn't magic unless you build a system for it to work separate from magic, and I don't think you need that, which is fine.
Yeah.
Like, people can definitely build those systems and play games and make games where they have different systems. You don't need them in 5e. You don't need them in Pathfinder, because the magic system is robust enough that I think it just works. Ah, is that good? You like that orange? Okay. Okay, I gotta make this lady creepy. How make lady creepy? I almost want to do more of, like, maybe more hunched. Like Ring Girl.
Speaking of horror movies, I watched Nosferatu last night.
Nice. The old one or the new one?
The new one
No.
that came out over Christmas.
Is it good?
Hmm.
I mean, it's just Dracula.
Yeah, and I guess I was hoping that they would try to maybe deviate away from the Dracula plotline. Like,
To where?
obviously they're using the Nosferatu names like Count Orlok and instead of Dracula.
Right. Because, like, the movie was Bram Stoker's
Copyright
Dracula,
infringement.
but they didn't want to say it was, so they just renamed everything.
Yeah.
So what? How did you want them to change it? Like, do you want them to make a new story?
I don't know.
or-
I wish part of me was hoping that they would try to like maybe change the plot.
Okay. So it followed the same formula.
Just a second, sorry.
Sure.
Sorry, phone was ringing.
It's all right. Did
But
it
yeah,
follow the same format?
Yeah, so
Okay.
basically you have a solicitor like an state solicitor traveling to the castle and getting captured. It was there was some definitely like some differences about it. Like obviously there's no vampire wives
Okay.
holding them captive and a lot more wolves and rats everywhere.
Interesting. I think the new Nosferatu is interesting. It's the sense that the vampire is more true to what it looked like in the novel. There was no Nosferatu novel, was there? Like, it was just Bram Stoker, I thought.
No.
Okay.
So Nosferatu, at least, so it's probably more of like I think Nosferatu went with the more older, creepier vibes of vampires, while Bram Stoker's was still like just at the cusp of what we call sexy vampires.
Sure. Yeah.
Because Nosferatu is very much just gross. He is almost a rat. And, like, the director of this one, who I think was the director of Oppenheimer?
2 movies, and I guess Oppenheimer came out, what, 2 years ago? A year ago?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I guess
And
James
that's
Gunn
just-
is making movies non-stop all the time, so...
Yeah.
The original Dracula novel, it was a mustache in the book. Okay. Yes, a
Yeah.
mustache in the book.
In the new one, he very much looks like an Eastern European Cossack noble. He's very tall, hunched over, and like the guy who played him, I don't remember how to pronounce his name. He's a Swedish actor. He played Tarzan
Interesting.
in the live-action Tarzan movie that came out a few years ago.
I didn't know this was a new Tarzan movie.
I mean, it came out like 7 years ago.
That's still, like, the last one that I knew came out was the Disney one, so...
It was also not Disney, I don't believe. But he was playing it. He was playing Count Orlok and did a pretty good job.
Good.
But yeah, overall I liked it. There were a few cuts in it that are just a little disorienting, which is probably the intent.
Go down?
Because it's
Hey. That's not appropriate.
there are like scenes where like clearly the person in the scene is like under control, and so like the viewer doesn't really know what's happening, and I kind of hate that a little bit.
Oh, like they're not visually telling you what's going on.
Like, yeah, you very much are aware of what the person is aware of. and not from the outside perspective, which is cool for a horror movie and stuff like that. But it's just like there were moments where I was like, I'm a little confused on what happened.
Interesting. Oh, Skarsgård, Bill Skarsgård. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Wait, is that the guy that played Hannibal? No,
no, that's Mad Mattinson,
Mad Madison. That's right.
and
I
he's
can't remember.
Danish.
I can't remember the Skarsgård. What else they did?
You probably remember his dad. His dad played the professor in the Thor movies.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. That's what I was thinking of.
Yep. That's his son. Um, there's also a lot more like the part I really liked is Orlok. They never make at no point Orlok seem human. He was
Okay.
always like a monster, and they didn't try to like humanize him. Like, no, he is a supernatural
That's
being
good.
who is not mortal. He
Yeah.
has no human qualities about him,
I
other
think-
than the fact that he vaguely looks like a human.
I think that's what that's what pushed the sexy vampires. Because like in the movie, the Stoker movie,
Mhm.
it was shoot, who was it?
We talked about the other day. Dan.
Yeah, I always forget his name.
Hang on. Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Sirius Black.
Yep.
God, I love him as an actor, and I can't remember his name.
Cast. Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman, yeah. And like they basically told you up front, like he's kind of legitimized in this. Like he was a person, and he forsake his humanity, and
Yep.
like,
Because
and I think that
love.
like, yeah, because of love. Like I think that pushed the trend of the sexy vampire
Yep.
being like, oh, they're just misunderstood. Oh, you gotta figure it out and make them understand.
Well, there
And
was
so-
that, but then there was also Interview with the Vampire Books.
Yeah.
By Anne Rice.
But like I think going back to making vampires monstrous is a good idea. Like I think that's the what was it? The Last
Underworld?
Voyage of the Demeter was really good.
Oh.
And I think that's been my favorite like horror movie in a long time.
I've not watched it.
It's
yet.
good. It's good. But it's only
They even have that scene in Nosferatu, which is like, but instead, because everything is like instead of English, it's all like in like Russian or some Slavic language and like Romani.
okay.
The only English is spoken is by the main people who are supposed to be German.
Gotcha. Often depicted as risen corpses. Yeah, and I like them more as some like supernatural big bad thing instead of just like angsty teenagers, right?
Yep.
Hold on.
Because like even in Bram Stoker in the very beginning, Dracula still very much is a gross, decrepit old man.
Yeah.
He just glamours himself to be handsome when he gets to England.
Good job. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Um. Yeah, so the meter did a really cool job because, like, they basically didn't tell you what happened before you get on the boat, and so it's only about the people on the boat being introduced to this monstrous thing that's hungry. It's like awesome.
Yeah.
So, really cool. Really,
I
just
would
like
consider the polyjuice potion less glamour because glamour is always implied to be an illusion.
yeah, that actually
I'm pretty
that's
sure the
more of a
polyjuice-
polymorph effect, right?
Yeah, it physically changes you.
I would agree with that.
But yeah, so they have like that scene in the movie. It's just I was like, how in the? It clearly was just a ripoff of the Dracula book and made into a movie, like the original Nosferatu, which I presume is like what they were going with this. But it's like,
Wait, is there polyjuice in the? Are we talking about Harry
oh no
Potter?
no.
Okay.
That was something different. But Jordan brought it up. But yeah, overall, I think it's really good. I think the biggest thing I really like is that they made Count Orlok very much a supernatural creature who isn't like here to seduce you. He is here like to dominate
Yeah.
and to kill. And like he even has like strange magic powers like over like plague.
Yeah, like that was something about the original Dracula, which I think is lost a lot. Is like the control over werewolves and bats and creatures of the night, like pestilence. And
It wasn't just bats or wolves that he could shapeshift into. He
turn into bugs.
could even turn into mist,
Yep.
right?
Mist is a good one.
Moonbeams, whatever that means.
Something that I started listening to The Hobbit again because I do. And something I thought was interesting was the like. I don't know if it's just atmospheric, but when Tolkien starts describing the dwarves singing in Bag End, like he starts talking about how it just like pulls in the darkness and like dims everything down. And I don't know if that was intentional, but I like that idea that like dwarves singing is just like inherently can kind of affect the world around them. Like has a magic of its own. That's kind of what I feel like. Dracula like manipulating shadows has always been cool. I like that idea too.
Yeah. And that was something like they played in with the movie where there are times where he is like controlling people and you would just like see his shadow even though he's physically not there.
That's cool. Yeah, I dig that. That's actually a really cool, like that would be a good way to describe something in D&D. I like that.
Yeah. Like
she's gonna get you.
Yep. I was gonna say something.
No Druid today, huh?
Yeah.
I guess it's just 11:30, so maybe he might just be late. Tip displayed vampiric traits, doesn't he? He's a mummy. I mean, depending on what you're talking about. There have been many weird, creepy things that drink blood and have immortality.
Yeah. Well, the quote-unquote mummy very much was just kind of ripping off traits of vampires and changing them. Instead of drinking blood, they would drain the life out of people, sucking them dry of kind of moisture.
Sure. Moisture vampires. I think I made a comment about that for the mummy video I did. It's like they're just moisture vampires. I should have a like. I should just. I wonder if I can do that. Let's try something. Let's try something. Maybe we can trick more people into watching videos. Playlists. No, that's wrong. Okay, so then we do this, and we go new, and we go. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. How do I stop this? Turn it on. I can't make it stop. I broke it. Okay, hold on. Da, 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 da. How do I turn this off? Alright, we're just gonna delete it. Remove. Yep. Bummer. Okay, I'll figure that out later. I was gonna just play the video in the corner, but it didn't work. Just started playing the audio. If you think that way, there's actually 2 vampires in the Universal Monster roster. Yeah, I mean, I think Corvus is right. I think that the Mummy's, like, Mummy's Curse is something that is maybe over fantasized, but makes draws from the same stuff, right? Like sandstorms, bugs, etc., etc.
Yeah, because the quote-unquote mummy stuff doesn't exist in Egyptian mythology. It doesn't. Like, there are curses, but they're just there as deterrents to keep people away from stealing your stuff when you're dead.
Yeah.
And so,
I think a lot of those
Victorian
are actually
writers,
traps, right? Like,
say what?
I think the hey, this wall is cursed really meant like, hey, this is booby trapped and we'll kill you.
Yeah. But yeah, so like English Victorians were like then saw that they're like, ooh, curses, let's take this and
Grind it up into a powder, drink it.
yeah. Well, no, that they stopped doing that, thank God.
Because they ran out of mummies.
No, because they did wise up a little bit. They started using it to make mummy brown though, which
Okay.
was a paint or firewood.
Corpse black, man. Probably doesn't have any corpses in it.
Yep. But yeah. So they basically kind of took the vibes of vampires and slapped it onto mummies. Which it takes a really long time for us to get to like Imhotep the mummy.
Yeah, he's pretty late, right?
Yeah, because he isn't based on like an actual book or anything. He very much is just a.
That was for the book, The Mummy.
There was no book for the mummy.
Oh, I thought there was.
There were several books that went into making the mummy, but there was no just the mummy.
Yeah.
I think the first one was about a woman mummy.
Sacrilege.
They were a little weird about it too, but Victorians are always weird.
Okay. I think I'm done with this. I think I forgot something. Like the details of the character. I was just trying to make a creepy. Nope. Okay.
That was the
Shaman.
biggest thing. Creepy Cyclops lady.
Yeah, there was a shaman aspect to it that I forgot. Oh, what happened?
Jeez, kid. Did you go ask over tea kettle? Yeah.
okay? You okay? You poop? Don't grab the pen. Kid. I'll be right back. 1 second. Okay. I'm back. Sorry. Ancient curses could be seen as primitive security measures to discourage these. Yeah, probably. Shaman.
Don't forget to take off the BRB.
Oh, thank you.
screen.
Thank you, thank you. Doot, doot. How can we shaman this up? I mean, I could go World of Warcraft and just... totems on the back. Maybe skulls? Maybe just like a back thing. I mean, like, Cyclopses are giants, right? So, like, if they had people skulls, they should be kind of tiny. Bleh. So I got a whole bunch of coding done yesterday while I was hanging out with you, and then I finished up some of it afterwards. I had gotten to a point where I could place a tower, and it would it worked. It was great, and I could make it so I could place the tower, and then I could place another tower. And if I tried to place the tower on this one, it'd be like, no, you can't do that, and change colors. I'm like, this is great. I love this. This is awesome. And then I tried to add something to where it would make a area around the tower to show you how what the range is, and that just broke everything.
Oh no!
The whole thing just stopped functioning and stopped working, and then the tower stopped shooting, and I was like, what did I do? How did I make this? How did I break this so bad? And it took
Everything
me
wrong.
Yeah, it took me 2 hours to get back to where I was.
Jeez.
I just had to start I started going back and just erasing functions and trying to see if that changed anything. It's like, what did I still don't know what caused it. But I eventually got it fixed. Shamanistic attack 2 would work. What does that mean though? What does that mean? It's too vague. That's a good suggestion though, Ari. I'm gonna say Ari.
Spiral tattoos.
Just big spiral tattoos. I mean, I put those on everything. I think those are Fae. But we can do it. We can definitely do it.
Well, tighter spirals then. Spirals with more lines in them instead of loose spirals.
Okay. Just Celtic. Everything Celtic. She's supposed to be creepy, so maybe she should have spider tattoos all over her body. That'd be kind of neat. Just web.
Your big giant spider legs on the back.
Just big old spider. Is it part of her body? Nobody knows. Is she a crab? Maybe. Maybe she is. I think I'm losing it. I think we just need to. We'll finish the skulls, and then I think I'm gonna call it on this one. I might start trying to do dual streaming on Twitch.
Again.
But I think I'm gonna have to turn off a lot of the Twitch interactivity because it just gets lost.
Yep.
But I'd like to start doing commissions again. I just haven't gotten any in the last month. It's a bummer. But it's giving me lots of time to work on the game, so that's okay. Tattoos of select beast, insect, spirits. She invokes their power. Yeah, I think that's smart. I think that would be the good thing to do. So we should put a big spider up here on her arm. Maybe a very stylistic spider. Instead of the spirals. The spiders. You Spider-Man. What'd you find, kid?
A knife!
It's a knife! No! Have you done a vid on tattoos? I haven't. We could do a magical tattoo video. That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
The downside to
Or
it is
at least.
I'm not great at tattooing because it's harsh line. Which, like, when you do tattoos, you can't... Tapering is a thing you can do, but most 9 times out of 10 you're using a very, like, solid black line.
Yeah.
And I'm not good at that style, per se. Like, I'm very, very floaty and sketchy, which is not what you want for a tattoo.
Nope.
So. But we could try it.
And then you gotta, like, wrap it around the body and everything.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of tattooing that I think a lot of people don't quite get is very few tattoos are free-handed. Like if it's something like, an anchor that says mom, like if tattoo artists have done that thousands of times, they're pretty comfortable. Most tattoos are done digitally and then transposed to the body and then tattooed. That's fine. That's fine and normal and good. But that's being a tattoo artist is a specific thing, like a style that you have to get used to because of how you lay down the ink. Like there's not a lot of like you can't layer things the way I do, like doing things, erasing things. So it's a different style. It's a different style that I'm not comfortable with. But lots of geometric stuff and things like that. But it could be a fun video. I could definitely talk about using tattoos on characters because I think they're fun and I like them.
And there's, in both in 5th edition and in Pathfinder, there's magical tattoos.
There's a funny, if you use regeneration or revivify, not revivify.
I think it's just through resurrection.
The thing that cures diseases and curses. Might just be able to remove curse now, but
that's restoration.
Restoration, yes, that's the word I was looking for. Does that get rid of a tattoo? Because technically, a tattoo is you have a foreign objects in your body. Should it repair that? I think the shaman character is Overlord, the Seba Titan fights.
Wait, what?
I haven't seen Overlord. I should probably watch it. I've heard good and bad things about it. Most of the bad things are just like, just don't watch it. And I was like, oh, okay. So I don't actually have any like.
I'm not gonna watch it. That's me though.
I hear it's just a lot of power fantasy.
Yeah. I do like the pose you have. It's really cool.
I think I'm done with this one. Let's go on to the next one. For those of you who are new here, we are doing the viewer suggestion. So if you if you've not suggested something on the community post this week, you're welcome to put it in chat, and I'll add it to the list. And that list will carry over for today and Friday, and we'll go from there. Da 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 da. I can't find my dice. There it is. Okay, here we go.
It stole it and ate it.
Kid might have eaten it. That's always a danger.
Yep.
Priest of the unfathomable ancient snail.
Nice.
That sounds awesome. There's no information in that sentence.
Yep. No ancestry, no class. Well, priest, I guess you consider a class.
Priest could be cleric, but priest doesn't denote, like, they didn't say priestess, so probably a dude. We can take masculine form from that. I'm just gonna draw Count Orlok here.
Okay. Of a snail?
Mm-hmm.
Or one of those fishy pirates from Pirates of the Caribbean.
The guy with the conch head.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. He turns into like a hermit crab.
Mm-hmm. Can you think of a magic tattoo that belongs in the palm? I mean, any defensive or offensive magic you can put in the palm. I don't think there are any specific palm ones.
Yeah.
You could put like vampiric touch or something, like any touch spell in your palm. That'd be kind of neat.
Personally, I have not looked at a lot of the tattoos just because that's...
Pathfinder 1 had a really good system for making tattoos. Because the tattoos were essentially secondary item slots. Anything you had an item slot for, you could have a tattoo there as well. So it basically just allowed you to double your inventory. For magical items, anyways. It's like you couldn't give yourself more armor if you already had a magical enchantment for armor.
Yeah.
But okay, hear me out. So I'm gonna make this guy. I want him to have a big old coat, and he's got to have like a big old thing on. He's got to have a shell on his back.
That was a bad choice of words, Rook.
But yeah, they had a really good system, so you could like the cost and stuff aligned with spell level, so you can put any spell there, whether it happened once or was repeatable.
Did no one seem...
Whether it was all the time, always on, or a one-time effect, or happened automatically, you know. Like you could have a tattoo that when you die, it would automatically cast Revivify on you. That's cool. Another one is just like giving yourself more strength, right? A spell that is permanent, so +5 strength, boom. Big strength dot tattoo. Like those are the ones that I think 5e took because they're pretty simple.
Yeah. The ones in second edition, I don't know, a lot of them are just like...
What happened? You fall over?
I don't know, like just odd bonuses that you can get.
Yeah. The second edition Pathfinder ones I like too. This was like one that will automatically absorb the first magic missile that's fired at you in a day. That was kind of neat. Or there's some weird ones too, though.
Yeah, like there's just some really like hyper specific ones, like the one you just said.
Yeah. Have we talked about why snails are in books?
Like in the margins?
Yeah. Snail Knights. That's just like, it's just funny stuff, right?
Yeah, it was literally just monks. And, well, not even just monks, but like the Illuminators just having a joke. Like there's chicken knights, and there's like knights fighting giant snails, and...
Butt trumpets.
Yep. People think medieval... A lot of people kind of view medieval people as very prudish. They weren't. They were pretty crass.
We're on a Hero Forge to create a female kobold librarian, a wizard, who is obsessed with coffee. Nice. That sounds fun. Gotta get the beans! Yeah, I always like Shakespeare. Shakespeare and carnivals, and there were a handful of other things that were just like debaucherous and
Oh yeah.
It's like, that sounds gross. But
A very popular dagger that people had was called a baldric dagger.
Baldric? Okay.
Yes, which is another term for testicles.
Ah. Did it
Because
look
the
like
little
testicles?
guard was often just two little balls.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah. One of these things. Like, I've seen these. I mean, the fact that like we now have removed the cod piece from most armor sets is, I
That's
think,
an
a
important piece of
denotion.
armor.
What's that?
That was a very important piece of armor.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't want to get punched in the dick. Like, that's bad. But I don't have to make it look like a giant dragon or anything.
oh yeah. Hello, hello.
Well, I need like a friar or a monk hood.
So like the Robin Hood cowl.
There you go. Check out my ball knife. Don't say it like that. I'm trying to think of like monk hats. Maybe they didn't wear hats. I thought they did.
I mean, some would have a hood.
Yeah, they all seem to have a hood, but not a. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Weird. Like, you know how nuns have the wrapped head cover? Maybe I should type head cover instead of hat. Just a bunch of hoods. Oh, that one's a really tight one. That's kind of what I was thinking. Okay. So it is just a tight knit. Kind of like a balaclava or something, but a little bit bigger.
There's also these.
Yeah, I've seen those. No, I'm thinking of something more like this. Like where it just kind of wraps around the face.
Mm.
You know, for when they have to go into space. Part of me wants to give this guy, like, maybe he's got fake eye stalks. That'd be fine. A monk cowl, is that what you're thinking of? I think so, yeah.
Here you go.
Oh yeah. Wait, those are a whole race, right?
Yeah, it's a type of psychopump.
Cycle.
But
That's right.
like, hey, it has a shell on it.
It does. I'm actually more concerned that it has horns. That's kind of weird.
I don't ask me why they decided to like make them look like that. It's just
It also doesn't have ears.
it has ears, you just can't really see them.
Okay.
They're below the horns, like near where the beard connects.
I really want spellbooks to be a thing. Let me rephrase that. I want spellbooks to be more of a functional item that can be upgraded and used.
So grimoire.
Yeah, essentially. Like the spellbook itself should hold some magical component to it. Do the grimoires give you like spell bonuses?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I should look at grimoires. I don't play a lot of wizards. That's part of it. So I might just not be versed in the way of grimoires.
I mean, like, there's a bunch of different bonuses from them. Let's see.
Like a pyromancer novel
Or Pyromancer Grimoire, which would give you bonuses to fire spells. That would be cool. I'd be down.
Let's see. It's because, of course, in Pathfinder, there are always like hyper-specific things. So, like,
Lauren, welcome in.
there's like Bestiary of Metamorphosis.
You're right. I think I got a staff of summoning, not a grimoire.
So, like, when you can activate it once per day when you're under effects of a polymorph spell you prepared in this grimoire. That offers you a choice of multiple forms. You can transform into a different form allowed by the polymorph spells.
That's cool.
So, like, if you're already shapeshifting one, you can then shift another one.
Mm-hmm.
But doing so reduces the duration by half.
Interesting.
And then there's like more generic ones, like the what's it called? The Endless Grimoire, which just
Infinite pages.
Yep.
Yeah,
allows you
cool.
to like shove more books into it.
I dig it.
Or books, spells.
I like giving people spell books, like when we play, and then when they're like, "What spell's in it?" It's like, "What spell do you want to be in it?" And then like see if they can decipher it, and do that. Like, see if it's one of these spells. Does a mummy wizard with its bandages being its spellbook count? That could be pretty cool. Yeah. That's how. I think I've seen a few things like that. What is it?
And I will say, not all of them are like books.
I know.
There's
Yeah.
some that are like just straight up tablets that count as grimoires. But yeah, there's those things, and then there's like the weird meta magic wands that they just released in the remaster stuff.
Yeah. Meta magic wands are the bee's knees. Because they're items with feats on them, which is awesome. Like, that's what we need more of. Pole arms of cleave. Yes, please.
Why am I just finding out that there's a wand cane?
A wand cane?
Yeah.
I think we talked about this. Like, you take the wand and you put it in the cane, and then the cane can
Yeah.
cast it.
I didn't know about it. I don't look at wands. I don't particularly use them because, like, I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
You should. Like, I think for second edition, the thing I've discovered is, like, wizards and all spellcasters, they're supposed to be using spells and wands. Or spells. Staffs and wands as their primary weapons. So much so that I would honestly, like, if you want to try building your thaumaturge again, or something where you want a rapier, I would almost just say buy a wand or a staff and then make it a rapier. Because that feels like the thing that's missing with the component of it. Unless you're playing a magus. Like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
If you're a wizard and you take a feat that allows you to use a rapier or a sword or something, just use the staff functionality and as a
Yeah, because
a sword.
there's already like a feat that you could probably just use, like, base it from. Like, there's the Magus has a. The Magus and the Rune Lord have a thing where they can combine a weapon with a staff.
Oh, cool.
So just take that and it's like, you can apply this to one-handed weapon you have, in the case of a thaumaturge or something.
Yeah. And I think it's the same thing with, like, the functionality of the wands really should be more like a crossbow instead of a spell storing thing, in my opinion.
Explain.
Sure. Like, while you have a bunch of wands that are essentially like one spell, right? You use it once per day, and then there's a chance it breaks. Like, I think there should be a lot of wands of cantrip casting. Like, if they were meant to diversify your spell book, I think you should be able to use that more consistently. Like, in first edition, that's how they worked. You bought a wand of something and it had 50 charges on it, and then it was just when there was out, it was out. That was it.
Yeah.
I
Then feel like I'm always confused on this.
Install Discord on my phone. It's acting up again. Weird. Okay.
Because I'm always a bit confused with this. Like, when you cast a spell on a wand, from a wand, does that mean it's done forever? Or is that like, it just takes a day to recharge then?
Whoa, what happened? You bite your tongue? In second edition?
Yeah.
It's, you can use it, and then you can try to use it again, and it will break. It has a chance to break until the next day. So you can use it once per day, essentially.
Okay.
That's how 5e works, too. Like, usually they have spell charges, though, so sometimes you can use them 3 times a day. But,
yeah.
Which is fine. It's fine. Like, I like the person that's just, like, whipping out wands and, like, shooting with tons of different wands. But I also miss the Harry Potter, just, like, wand blasting at each other. That's cool. We need that. Brindillo, I will add that to the list for you. Dark elf dressed as a lawyer. Are they a lawyer, or are they just dressed as a lawyer? I don't know why this matters to me, but it does.
So weird.
Oh, you okay? I think you're just too big for this now, kid. I think you done did it and got too big. Sorry, everybody, hold on.
Get this distracting.
Here you go. Flap, flap. Flap, flap. Okay. What am I missing here? I see someone is talking in the recording chat. Oh god.
That was jump rope
Okay.
earlier.
Yeah, I like that kind of mentality. There's not a lot of like wizard dueling anyways with all the cantrips, because people are like, I want to cast fireballs. Like, just cast a bunch of cantrips. Like, it's great. That's what they're for. But which I think is why 5e made warlocks, cantrip casters, because they're like, people aren't using these. Let's ramp them up. It's like, yeah, smart. There's definitely a middle ground that could be had.
Because, like, and Pathfinder did very much the same thing with the psychic. Like, the psychic is very much like, we've made all these cantrips, and we even made these unique psychic cantrips. Please use them, and you can even buff them with your focus points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've been having fun with Bard, but I don't do a lot. I don't do a lot with, like, because a lot of the times it's like I'm just going to spend my turn buffing the whole party, which is great. Like, I like that aspect of it. But it's like, I could spend a focus point so that I don't have to cast it next turn, or I could just cast it next turn. I'll probably just do that. So, I haven't, there have been a few times, and I like it. But Elliot, welcome in.
The Druid!
Howdy.
He lives.
Druid, welcome in.
I'm here. Yeah. I'm just an hour and 15 minutes late.
That's alright.
Later than usual.
Lauren, I will put that on the list for you.
Are you reading your request because I turned you down?
Hey,
Druid's
Chad.
a little quiet today.
Am I?
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, just my mic.
There you go. That's much
I,
better.
I turned Druid down over the weekend.
Boo, 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 boo.
Yeah, I had my mic really, really close to my face during our game Saturday.
That was fun. It was good. Good time.
Yeah, I'm really happy with how that game went. It's good to be back in the GM saddle and to have your first game back go so well.
Yeah.
Bringing out a creature that I kind of forgot about.
Yeah.
You alright, kid? What's going on?
What was that noise? Oh, I see what's going on. I left the baby gate open. And he wants me to see that he knows that it's open. So he can run through it. Yeah. What?
Is he bipedal now?
Wait, who bipedal? Oh, the kid?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Close.
He can stand up sometimes. With like
When he doesn't think about it.
yeah.
Huh.
He does the sideways shuffle around the room,
Uh-huh.
holding on to stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then sometimes he'll be holding something and want to pick something up and then pick it up and then realize he's standing and be like, oh, what have I done? Needs more confidence.
Yep.
Alright, I think I'm done with this snail man. Did you want to draw today, Druid? You don't have to.
Give me 10 minutes to, like, get my desk in order, and then I'll decide.
Okay.
If I decide yes, I'll let
Whoops.
you know.
I accidentally put those on the same layer. That's
How
unfortunate.
dare you?
Oh well. You know what? We're gonna shrink it. Make a copy. Turn that off, and then we'll shrink this one down.
But for some reason, every time y'all last Saturday were talking about like the green light and fire, I'm just like radiation, radiation, radiation.
Uh-huh.
But then I thought Dr. Phosphorus.
I kept thinking of like the Ben 10 glowy aliens for some reason. Like I never
Oh,
even
yeah.
watched that show, but like the style's good. It's got a cool vibe.
Mhm.
Where the hell is Rugby? What? What's happening?
Rigby's over here.
I
I couldn't
can
find
see him in the
lair.
stream. Oh.
The lair just kept vanishing on me. Yeah, kid. What's up? You making a mess? Making a mess, touching things you're not supposed to touch? Alright, let's roll some dice.
The audiobook I was listening to had a half dwarf, half orc miner, and they called it a dwark. That's mean.
What are you doing, you dork?
5. Bugbear Illusionist Wizard, who is both an architect and builder,
That's very
and uses
funny.
his pen as a spell-casting wand. Bugbear Illusionist Wizard. Bugbear Illusionist Wizard. I don't remember what bugbears look like. I
They look like
Torback.
Torback. Yeah. Their bones are unguarded.
Do children have bones? Why would you ask that? It's a very naughty question.
Would you rather fight one gorilla-sized Krampus or 50 Krampus-sized gorillas? That Let's Play that is like the prime example of a game where people get together to play D&D, not to play D&D, but just to riff off of each other and make
Yeah.
the dumbest jokes possible.
I've talked about that a little bit, of like why I like that series, because like, the DMs are almost just giving prompts to the players.
Yeah, yeah.
And then letting
An
the
improv
players
class.
kind of write the story, which I
Yeah.
think works really well if everybody in the party is a really good storyteller and you're like doing that as a thing, right? Like you have to kind of go in knowing what you're doing with that. Like, hey,
totally.
Let's make a fun improv time.
I think everybody at that table as well. They are just comedians, except for Mace, who I think just laughs professionally.
Yeah, exactly. Is it a charcoal gorilla or? I'm not saying gorilla.
Gorilla seems to have been able to summon a Krampus. Oh no, it happens to me once a month.
Why are there so many perverts in your house?
Bitsy is absolutely unhinged. Bitsy's the type of character that I love to watch be played, but I would absolutely, I would rocks fall everyone dies if Bitsy showed up at my table. I cannot deal with Bitsy.
Alright, I'm gonna stop memeing other channels on my channel. I think you and I are just riffing off inside jokes that Corvus doesn't know about.
Yep, I'm sorry, Corvus. Laura Mipsum gets it though.
Yeah.
Rookzer0s? I'm still trying to figure out the. I mean, I think the problem with like people that follow my channel is, and calling them like rookies or something, is still like, I think it's the wrong way to go about it. I think whatever people that follow my channel have to be uncoupled from my name, because my name is just not conducive to that. Because it's just going to get more confusing when people are all of a sudden rook heads or whatever. Kid grabbing everything wildly is not the way to go about this. Yeah, that's going to scratch my screen.
It seems to be working for him so far.
What was this? Bugbear? Oh, architect. Bugbear architect. I'm gonna give him glasses.
Well, Spattercat has the Nerd Castle. I don't follow Spattercat.
Yeah, I read that.
I was not familiar with what the community called themselves. Also, like, are there enough of us who watch these streams regularly for us to have a name?
I don't know. I mean, like, I just had everybody being goblins, but then Thor did that, and it's like, well,
Yep.
if you're a member of the Discord, you're a goblin.
Unless you're Bry. I think Bry is just a lycanthrope.
I think Bry's a werebear. Which anybody can be a werebear if you join the Patreon.
I wasn't making a comment about his status. I was making a comment about his dearest wish in life, which is to be turned into a werewolf and end reality.
Nope. That's my pen. I know you're upset about it.
Sorry.
Welcome back. We thought we were riffing too much on,
Legends of Adventurous.
yeah, it made you go,
No.
Drove you
our-
away.
No, our propane heater like ran out of gas, so it starts stinking. So I had to go and turn it off.
How long does a propane tank last?
Depends how much they filled it up and the size of it. Because that one's run for like, I don't know, 3 days straight, 4 days straight.
Okay.
It's a little tiny fat one. I mean, not super tiny. Like the one that you would pop on a grill.
So just like a 3 or 5 pound or 20-pound one?
Yeah. And we have a taller one that we use for our gas stove.
One of these versus one of these, or one of these. Which proportion are we talking here?
Well, hang on once I see your drawing. It's not a super tall one. It's kind of like in between.
It's a keg-sized one. Rook rats? I don't know about that. I think, one, I don't get a chance to say it. I mean, I could call you all goblins, because I think that's fine. But I think people have to, as a community, decide.
Yeah. And then there has to be enough people in chat all saying the exact same thing at the same time that it's easier to call the whole group by moniker instead of call out individuals.
I guess we have. The bigger one we have is like a 40-pound one.
40 pounds.
Yeah. So just like a double one of the small ones.
Right, yeah.
So.
Because here, like, a 20-pound one it's like, I think it's like $20 to fill.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
I think that's about the same here as well. And like for like a 500-gallon one, it's like $1,000.
Yeah.
Well, it's like $1,000 just to get the tank, and then it's like a bunch to fill it up.
Yeah, kid? I think this kid might be hungry. I might have to feed him here in a second. Kid, I don't like it when you do this. You cannot do that. I know, you need something to play with. You just threw everything I gave you on the floor. Oh my goodness. Here. Yeah, you get squished, I'm getting squished. Everybody's unhappy right now.
At least there are no tears.
Oh,
Knock on
yesterday was spicy. Actually, yesterday was okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't too bad yesterday.
Yeah. Monday was weird. I got a weird kid. His
And you love him very much.
he got his bottom teeth, so he's got like happy baby smile, which is super cute. And then this tooth started coming in, and this tooth, and this tooth. So he's still missing a tooth in the front. I was really worried he was gonna get like the hee-haw. But now these are coming in before, like they're just now all three of these top teeth came in over the weekend, like just at the same time. So last Friday and this weekend was kind of rough.
Yep. Poor kid. Did he have a fever?
Nope, no fever.
That's good. I just remembered, I think it was Friday after the stream, we were going to look at Don't Starve Together for the video game.
Yes,
Totally forgot.
It was really funny because I was talking about that, and then Dalcor and I were hanging out later, and I was showing him what I had done, and he's like, "We should look at Don't Starve," and I was like, "Yeah, Yeah, Druid said that, and I forgot about it. So I think
Good
so.
job.
I think that would be a good. Don't Starve has a very like Tim Burton-y vibe,
Yeah, yeah.
which I don't want that. I don't think I want that.
Yeah.
But like the way they set up all of their sprites and stuff, I think is really good. So I definitely
Yeah,
want
I agree.
to check that out.
Was
There's
that
a
here
lot-
last Friday?
I don't think you
remember.
were. I think you
I don't
were.
think so.
Yeah, it was just Druid and I. Oh, and Jonas. Druid and Jonas and I were hanging out. So yeah, you weren't here.
Oh, yep. I got called away. I remember now.
Oh, that's right. Jonas was here.
Yeah, I do think I talked to you a little bit, or like messaged you Friday evening.
Yeah, I messaged both of you and like asked how the stream went because I
Yeah.
wasn't there.
Anyway,
I felt bad.
I mean, Brooke's the only one with the obligation to be here.
Yep. Yep. We goblins, we legion, we lock math rocks. Yeah, there you go. See? Done. Goblins works. Everybody that
Goblins does work.
goblins work so good. Because rugby's a goblin, right? Everybody wants to be a rugby. Goblin. Goblin. This is also a goblin.
We be goblins.
We be goblins. It's good.
That's a little one shot of Pathfinders.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of those. I like those.
There's another one's like We Be Heroes? Question mark.
It's just the same thing when you beat up those goblins. I think We Be
Oh
Goblins.
no, it
is
was where
the-
you played the goblins and you were like, wait, we're the heroes now?
Oh no. I think We Be Goblins is a counter to Rise of the Rune Lords, isn't it?
I don't know.
Okay, I think
I mean,
it
you
is.
probably
I'm pretty sure Rise of the Rune Lord starts with a goblin attack on the city
standpoint.
on Sandpoint.
Mm.
Oh, is that so, kid? Yeah. All right, hold on a second. And I think We Be Goblin starts with you missing that encounter or setting up to it. Like you kind of lead up to you're supposed to go attack Sandpoint, and then you don't.
Like, nah.
All right, you can go take care of the baby. I think I'm ready to jump in here and start drawing. What should I warm up with? Do I want to do a satyr again today?
Fairy lad. I don't know. Or a little leshy, or
Yeah, I gotta stop doing leshies and bug people and whatever because it's totally screwing up my my proportions. I've already said this like 5 times. I gotta stop. I'll do a lady fawn.
Can you run this bottle by yourself, kid? No.
you can try.
He
I
wants
bet
to
he
stand
could.
up.
He's just not going to.
He wants to stand up and eat. I don't know why. Is your nose bothering you or is your teeth bothering you?
Yes.
Keep rubbing your face. I don't think standing up is a good idea, kid. Alright, come here. Come here, silly kid. Nom, 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 nom. Bum, 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 bum. All hail the gobs. They're the goblins that show up at the first festival and live at the nest. Okay, gotcha.
Well, I just remembered why I don't draw ladies on here very often. I have to figure out top clothing.
I mean, you don't have to. Just
I do not want to get this stream demonetized.
I mean,
I
you
mean,
done?
after I got your stream demonetized by spearing a ferret.
That's true. That did happen.
Here.
I won't say that you got mad at me, but you did chide me a little bit. Deservedly so.
I don't draw. Oh, jeez. Hold on a second. Okay, kid. God damn it.
Or jump rope.
Oh yeah.
Kid. Hey, I have to walk away from the computer real quick. 1 second.
Okay. No worries. Oof. All right. I got a.
Okay. I don't know what's going on with this kid. He is just.
Inconsolable.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take a minute. I'll be right back.
Yep. I'll be here. What do ferrets have to do with it? Oh, Laura, a while ago. God, what was it? Can't remember if it was a bugbear or a hobgoblin, but one of the requests was a big goblinoid. I think they were a ranger swarmkeeper, and they hunted down weasels, I think. And so I gave them a spear and skewered a stoat or something in the weasel family on the end of it, and had, I forget what their swarm was exactly, but had one of them on their shoulder, and the stream got demonetized for inappropriate violent content. Oh, my fault. All my fault. It was a really good drawing too.
Uh, hmm. Maybe I'll play a Wyang monk.
Wyangs are pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
A bit overzealous,
Oh,
though,
my
was it?
goodness.
Yeah, just a little bit.
This kid will get to the point where he's just like so tired that he wants to sleep, and then he panics because he's falling asleep, and then he will just try to climb you. He's just like, I gotta go, and he just starts like kicking me in the junk,
The darkness is taking me again.
and he just panics, and I don't understand it. Skylar, welcome in. Lauren, welcome in. And then he's not asleep yet. I'm just gonna let him go, but. Pirate Software is getting invoked a lot in this stream. Yeah, I mean, I like Pirate. I think he puts out a lot of good motivational content, which is good.
Yep.
Yeah. He's become an internet phenomenon, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
And now he's apparently poor sport at World of Warcraft, which is most people that play World of Warcraft. Minotaur Monk Slab Soul Mountain Stance?
Alright, so Slab Soul is a heritage of Minotaur, and Mountain Stance is a monk stance. So,
Got it. Okay, I will put it on the list for you. So you... I was really trying to decipher that sentence, and I
yep.
Did not do it right. Apparently, someone outside just got a new subwoofer in their car. That's cool.
I think I heard it.
Yeah, it's bouncing my whole room. Holy crap! You want this? You want more? Now you want more milk? Okay, cool. I'm glad we got through this.
Apparently, Sig said that's not a request.
Oh.
That's a reaction to what the polar bear said. The polar bear?
Wait, what'd the polar bear say? Did I miss something?
Yep, I
I think we all did.
Okay. Kid, you can't climb. This is not how this works. Oh my god. Here, eat. I've got a workout bench, which if anybody knows how high a workout bench is like knee high, maybe a little higher, next to my desk. So he's holding onto the desk while eating a bottle, trying to pick his foot up to put it on the workout bench, which is like shoulder height. And he's just
trying to be flexible.
I gotta get higher. I'm gonna die.
The floor is
You want
low.
this?
Don't you know this?
As soon as he is properly ambulatory, I recommend you put him in a bouldering.
I'm gonna build. Yeah, that's this summer project. I'm gonna build him
course.
a climbing wall because he is like, he will climb everything in this house already. He somehow, I turned around like for half a second, and then I turned around and he was standing up on our. We have like a fireplace, an old fireplace that has a little ledge on it, which is off the ground. And right now he stands like this. He stands like this. He goes, "Oop." And he's like, I want to touch stuff. And we're like, no, you can't touch stuff. It's dirty and dangerous. I turned around for half a second, and he's just standing up over here. I'm like, how the hell did you get up here? Turns out there's a log over here. And so when I didn't look, he like climbs up on the log, up onto this, across the fireplace. And it's just like, I've found the sticks. And it's like, so now I gotta move the stick bucket.
Look, another filthy thing I found I can put in my mouth.
Yeah. I had a bucket of charcoal over there, of like charcoal pieces that didn't quite burn.
Yeah.
And he discovered that one, you can take these and draw on the stone with them, which is funny. I'm like, that's cool. And also you can lick them. And so if I'm not
if I'm not super vigilant, he will wait until I look away and then run into the other room and start trying to shove charcoal in his mouth. I was like, well, gotta move that bucket. He's just finding all the buckets of stuff. And I have to keep making them higher in the house. Because he will eat them. The funniest part about having a kid is, like, they will find every small thing that's ever been on your floor.
Yep.
Like, I don't know where they are. I don't know where it came from, but he's just like, check out this random dice I found. It's like, where did you get that? Like,
I have seen toddlers find objects that have been lost for 15 years.
yeah, they just like, check out this thing I found under the refrigerator. It's like, what the hell? What happened here?
1, how did you get there? 2, no, don't put that in your mouth.
I'll be right back. You are
Yep.
so tired, kid. You're just go to bed. Look, you're just laying down. I put him on the floor, and he just laid down. Here, have a pillow. Have your teddy. You have your teddy. Yeah. No blanket.
Have the cactus that screams back.
No blanket. Yeah, look at that. Look at that warmness. Oh, so soft. Can you just go to sleep without me screaming? Please? Do you want the bottle? You can even have the bottle. This kid is running on like 2% battery, and he's struggling so hard to not fall asleep.
Jump up, drop the boss, baby gif. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah? You okay? Here you go. Alright. I'll move on to the next one. Let me catch up on chat. The Hogwai are like items with sentience, right? I don't know what that is.
The Yaguai are Corvus. They're Pathfinder race, right? They're from Tianxia. I think they're the they kind of look like gremlins, if I remember correctly.
I mean, I thought so, yeah. Are they the ones that are like Chihuahua gremlins?
I think so.
Okay. Thoughts on depicting kobolds more like a cross between an armadillo, a dog, and a man to bridge the different depictions of them in D&D. Lizard-like depictions. Yeah, I don't... I like them more as like little dog creatures, but they're also really funny as tiny lizards, so... I think a kobold is really just any tiny cave-dwelling critter.
Yeah, I like them best depicted as the dragon version of Chihuahuas.
Sure.
And Siegfried had it correctly. The Yaguai are spirits that usually begin their existence as simple animals, objects, or plants.
Got
that
it.
have found means to transcend their original forms through the power of cultivation.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah. So they're kind of a Taoist based heritage in Pathfinder.
A jello mephit with a large spoon for a weapon.
Okay.
Let's do it. The kid is now completely enamored with a coaster. I don't know what happened. He almost passed out and woke himself up playing with a coaster. Items that exist long enough just to become yellow. Okay. Somebody borrowed my keyboard and didn't put my cable back in the right way. Now the boys destroyed it. So that's cool. Okay, put that there. I need to clean my desk off. Projects for later. Jello. Jello method. Alright. People, I'm off. Blake, it's been an honor. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you hopefully Friday.
Yeah. See you later.
Yeah, that's too fiery. I feel like Jello might, maybe instead of, methods are kind of long and spindly to me, like always have been.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of wispy, regardless of what element they are. But maybe
Yeah.
I should change that with Jello.
Make them blobby.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like this drawing.
I mean, I feel like I'm gonna just draw a flubber.
I mean, yeah. Sounds about right to me.
Excuse me.
What's up?
Sneezing.
Ah. They're kind of big elemental imps. Kind of reminds me of scamps from Elder Scrolls. I think the scamps is what the Pathfinder renamed them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
little tiny bat-looking things.
I like to think
Yeah.
that kobolds were originally named for the kobold in mines, the same name, and different creatures around the world living in mines of kobold. I made a kobold video, and I think I talked about that. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think
Yeah.
people were getting sick in kobold mines, and so they thought there were evil spirits there, and kobolds are just kind of generic spirits from everywhere. So,
Yeah.
um,
I think kobold and cobalt are specifically German, right?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're derived from German, which they
Kobolds
also
were
it was,
little mind fey spirits.
yeah.
They're the same thing as trolls, goblins,
Mm-hmm.
Gnomes.
gnomes. Yep.
Oh.
Okay, I did a thing. It's going to be
mischievous little
gloopy and
guys.
jello-y, but he's got to have really spindly legs. I've decided.
Yeah. 'Cause I see mephits as just being goblins with wings,
Yeah.
native to elemental planes.
Elemental goblins. I think that's fair. I like that idea. Maybe we'll give them goopy ears too.
A kobold or kobold or kobold,
Kobold.
a bunch of different variations of the name, is a general or generic name for a household spirit in German folklore. A Hausgeist.
If I remember right, I think the element kobold got the name from them.
Yeah. That's what I thought as well.
No, for a second I was thinking the other way around, but I think it is. I think that's why kobold got its name. Is that what you're finding, Corvus?
I'm still reading.
Okay.
They usually, it may invisibly make noises, i.e., be a poltergeist, or helpfully perform kitchen chores or stable work. So yeah, they're basically like I don't say a brownie, but yeah, I guess a brownie or a hob. Just kind of a fey spirit that would help around the house if it's treated right. And where do they get their association with cave?
Look up Tommy knockers. I'll do that.
Tommy knockers knocking at your door.
Sorry, Drew. Did I have to take up too much of your space?
No, I gave up on what I was drawing because
Wanted to draw the titties.
no, I think I got a decent shape, but then like having to do clothes, my brain started to rebel, and I just got tired of it. So I've put it aside for a second.
Okay.
So yeah, take up all the space on the canvas you want. Tommy
Okay.
knockers are gnome-like creatures that live in mines associated with Cornish and Devon folklore.
So, Jacob Grimm of the Grimm brothers.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Cobell, which was a mine spirit, and he conflated them with kobolds, the house spirits.
Interesting.
So it's Grimm just mucking up with German folklore, like always,
So
and making up lies.
Kobold doesn't have anything to do with cobalt?
I'm getting there. There's
Oh, okay.
We gotta
so
sit through the
Grimm's
esoteric.
dictionary, while admitting that the mine spirit went by the name Cobell, considered that the word merely was a variant or offshoot of kobold for a household spirit. The dictionary stated under kobold that Cobell must have been a diminutive conjugate, and under cobalt was considered the name of kobold, or derived from the supposed mischief caused by the kobold.
Okay.
So he is making some jumps in with words and making the connection.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put it out there. Given the nature of the English language, this seems like a perfectly reasonable assumption to have made.
Well, German, but because kobolds are a
No, right?
German thing,
Well,
and Grimm is a German dude.
right.
Which playing with, kid?
Well, German is interesting in some of the similar ways. So
That's good.
He's also the one who basically says any like leader of the Wild Hunt is always Odin, which is not always true. Because sometimes it's a woman leading the Wild Hunt.
Sometimes
Yeah,
Mrs. Claus wants to do it, you know?
Yep.
You gotta let her do it.
I thought the Wild Hunt was just happened when a Fae of nominal power got together a party and decided to wreak havoc on the mortal world.
Yeah, so there's one version of the Wild Hunt has the Earl King,
Stay out of the garbage.
Mhm.
which
That's
is
the one I'm most
Odin.
familiar with. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's
But
Odin.
then, yeah, it's just straight up Odin, medieval
Okay.
Odin. Like about 300 years after Christianization of the North, he just turns into an elf.
Gotcha.
But in southern, like German regions, as well as like in Austria and Switzerland, Wild Hunt was always led by a woman, like a Frau Holly, Frau Bluke, and like some other woman.
Mm.
Generally, like either like an old woman or some woman who rode around in a carriage and who enjoyed hunting too much, and it's like, if there's no hunting in heaven, it must be hell, and gets turned into a ghost. And her like daughters get turned into hounds.
Right. I'm very familiar with the idea of mortals getting turned into hounds.
What if I put you on this pillow? You fall asleep.
And gnomes come from alchemy.
Gnomes come from alchemy.
Yep. They were first ever, like, the name gnome was first put down by Paracelsus, who was a, like, really important dude in medicine and
right.
science, so, and alchemy.
I'm pretty happy with this little jello fellow.
Yeah, it turned out good.
See that kind of a rumpus?
Yeah, because Paracelsus uses the word gnomi, or just gnome, maybe the I is more of an E in this case, as a synonym for pygmies, which were earth spirits like dwarves from Greek mythology.
Gotcha.
What time is it? 1 o'clock? I think we did pretty good today.
Well, you did. I didn't get anything drawn.
That's okay. Don't feel bad. I think you did. Oh, I put it on the same layer. Dang it. Dang it. I think we are probably gonna call it here. We started a little early. It's now 1 o'clock. We'll be back on Friday, hopefully. I think we'll be back on Friday. Shouldn't be a problem. And then hold on a second. Where does this go? Yeah, let's move this over here. Yeah, we'll be back on Friday. I guess that's all I have. I'm working on a game, so I'll probably be hanging out in Discord today while I do that, taking care of the boy. And yeah, if you guys haven't gone and watched a video, I highly suggest you do that. There's a playlist called Why You Should Play, dealing with a lot of the stuff we talked about today, from kobolds to polar bears. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah. So I think we'll probably end it here, and then on Friday we will continue the viewer suggestion, and have a good weekend, everybody. That's all I got. Okay, thanks for watching. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table. We'll catch y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging